welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to start a car detailing and valeting business. Well, technically I'm going to show myself as well, because I'm starting a car detailing and valeting business right now, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride if you subscribe, so stick around. So first thing you're going to need is a vehicle to transport all your equipment round for your detailing business. I already have this, my Mercedes Sprinter van, long wheelbase. It's a bit big, but I have another business what I use this for, so I've got this van already, so I will be using this. Next up is insurance. Two types of insurance. First of all, obviously your business vehicle, you need business insurance on. The next insurance you're going to need is public liability insurance, which is an insurance you get for a business if you are liable for damaging the property of the person's vehicle you are valeting, or if you damage the public property or you cause injury to a member of the public or somebody you're working for, you are covered. So if you're in the US of A, if you wash a car and you get paid for it, you're an auto detailer. In the UK, if you wash a car and you get paid for it, you're a valeter. However, there is some extra detailing which you can do for both in the USA and the UK, which is basically paint correction, which is machine polishing and applying coatings to vehicles, i.e. ceramic coating. Those things are called detailing. I'm going to do both. However, I'm going to start off by concentrating with the valeting part of it. So that's what this video will be about, and future videos will be about the actual detailing side of it. So to start up a auto detailing stroke valeting business, for the valeting side of it, you need some stuff. And I brought some stuff. I actually got this from Argos. It's about £145, I believe. There's one, the K2 below it, it's about £2 less, so obviously you get the K3. At the moment, Argos, you can get this on a buy now, paid 12 months time. So at the moment, that owes me nothing until next year. So that is the power washer. For inside, you are going to need a vacuum. Yep, with wheels on. A lot of people use the Charles, which is basically the Emery Hoover, but it's wet and dry. But they're quite expensive. They're about 180 quid, I believe. This here comes from Screwfix. It's a Titan. It's got wheels on it. So it's a wet and dry vac. You've got this here, the front entrance where you put on your hose, and that will basically suck up wet and dry. On the back, if you put your hose on this one, it actually blows air, so then you can use this to blow stuff off. Comes with a few attachments. All these are like basically extensions. There's several of them, and then you got this little one here, which is good for, you know, vacuuming up in the car. Then you can vacuum up, you know, direct with that. You get this as well, which that keep for in the house. And I'll be honest, this vacuum here in the house is better than any of those £200-300 bloody fancy, you know, plug-in battery ones. Charge the battery up, does a couple of roofs and then goes flat. No, this beats them hands down, and this was 45 quid for the Screwfix. And also, it weighs nothing. Well, weighs something, but not a lot. So next up, you're going to need some buckets. So I've got these. From Halfords. These ones here are Somebody Cox, the brand. Right, a bucket, it's basically a plastic container what holds water, right? That's the plastic container. It holds water. That's all there is to say about it. It's 20 litres, which seems to be the kind of standard. That is £7. Now, if you want a yellow one with some black writing on it, it's going to cost you like best part of 20 quid. And basically, it's a plastic container that holds water, but it's yellow and it's got black writing on what says a special name. So just get the £7 one. Got free because there is what you call the two method wash method bucket thingamabob, which basically what you do is you put your shampoo in that one, and you just put plain water in that one. You put your wash bit in here, get your shampoo on it, do a bit of the car, then come and rinse it in here, rinse it off so you don't get no dirt in that one, and then you put it in there, get some more soapy water, put it back on the car. And what you've got also is you've got these here, which are bucket guards, grip guards, bucket barrier, whatever you want to call it. It's basically a piece of plastic that goes at the bottom, and apparently what this does is it stops all the grit and the dirt what you put in there getting in your sponge. But obviously that's going to work if it's big boulders. Well, what it does is obviously gravity makes it drop to the bottom and it makes it so you can't push your sponge into it. However, when you're agitating the water will probably bring some of the dirt up anyway. But obviously we're going to be professional, so we got 1, 2 and 3 of these. Yeah. This here is made by the same company that makes the bucket. It's made for the bucket, but it's smaller than the bucket. So that's your buckets. Yeah, the third one is for your wheels, by the way, so you just, because they're the dirtiest part of the car probably, so you keep that separate. So what I've got coming from Amazon, but it hasn't arrived yet, I've got 3 stickers. So I'm going to have wash, rinse, wheels. So you make sure you don't put sponge in the wrong one. So next up, got this from my local car store in Bourne, A1 Motor Stores. Not sponsored by them whatsoever. However, if they do want to sponsor me, that'd be great. So got here, this is not from them by the way, this is from, well, it's from that place. But I'll put it in there because that's somewhere to put it. These are detailing brushes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a couple of them inside the car, and I'm going to put some kind of label on so I know which ones are for inside, and then I'm going to use a couple for outside for doing things like grills and, you know, badges. So obviously, yeah, some detailing brushes. These were like about 5 or 6 quid or something like that. Might get a second set, so I've got extra ones. So yeah, got them. Stick them in there for now. Got this here. This is for doing the wheels. Now I've got 2, well, they're not wash bits because you can't put your hand in them, but they're wash things. Microfiber with these kind of, whatever you call them on it, nice and soft, won't damage the car, brilliant. Got 2 of those. Then got here, this here is a spray foam lance. So basically when you wash your car, you pre-wash the car first, you get some snow foam, which is a detergent which breaks down dirt, basically, and grime, and you spray it on the car with this, on the end of that pressure washer. So yeah, this is quick release, comes off there. It's a Karcher fitting. So what you do is you stick it in your Karcher, like so, and then you can just quick release your snow foam cannon onto your Karcher. So then you get your Karcher with your snow foam on it, and you spray it all over your car, and then you leave it on there for about 5-10 minutes, whatever the manufacturer, the particular snow foam recommends. That will do what's called dwell, which is basically wait, and then that will clear, that'll sort of free up and release a lot of the dirt and the grime, and you can go back, put your fanned out lance on, rinse it off, and then you are ready for what is called the contact wash, which then you go, basically you get your 3 buckets out, so you get your soapy water one, your rinsey one and your wheel one, and then you contact wash the car with that, and your car shampoo, which is in your soapy water bucket, and then when you've contact washed your car, you rinse it off with the pressure washer and the normal lance, and then when you've rinsed it off, you dry your car off. So what I've got here is some microfiber towels, yeah, 4 in a pack there for like £1 something, and I've got that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So we're going to call that lots. Yeah, it's also in here, got myself an open pipe. So to use all of that and wash your car, you're going to need some products. So what we've got here from Auto Finesse, not sponsored by Auto Finesse, I pay for this, I pay for everything here. Auto Finesse didn't send me this, I'm not getting paid by Auto Finesse, but however, Auto Finesse, if you do want to send me some free stuff. So what we've got in here is some paper. And we got this here is called lava, however you want to pronounce it. That's your car shampoo. Then we've got citrus power, which is a citrus pre-wash. I'll explain that in a bit. That can go there. And then what we've got here is final, which is a quick detailer. We're going to put that here. We'll explain that in a bit. And then we've got this here. This is called Verso. This here is an APC, all-purpose cleaner. Basically, what that means is it cleans anything. We use this for the interior. So basically, it gets a little spray thing what goes on the top. Spray it on bits of interior parts after you've vacuumed and whatever in there. And then wipe it away with the microfiber towel. Now, one of the reasons I went with Auto Finesse over lots of all the other sort of well-known brands is this here, as I said, a all-purpose cleaner. Basically, you can put this on anything in the interior, so you can put it on your steering wheel, your dashboard, your centre console, you know, bits of panel, whatever, and wipe it down. Right, some other auto detailing brands and manufacturers, what they do is they take this and then they put it into loads of different bottles and they'll call it windscreen, steering wheel, dashboard, centre console, bit of trim, right? And then what you end up buying is 6 bottles instead of buying one bottle what does all of it, when it's probably the same shit in all of them. So basically I brought Auto Finesse because they kind of simplify it. Basically you got something for that, something for that, something for that, and something for that. Anyway, also in here we have Avalanche. Now what Avalanche is the snow foam what goes in the lance there. So what you do is you put a small amount of the products in there. Obviously it depends on the particular product you're using, the manufacturer. I'm gonna have to check the specs on there, but what I believe the ratio would be is probably I could probably get away with 5 to 1, because this is an auto glyn, right? Not an Auto Finesse. And the reason I went for the auto glyn one of these is it's quite heavy, and also when it's on here, this spins round. So what happens is when you twist your thing about, it sort of centres itself down there rather than going round like that. And the other reason I chose this is a lot of them are really narrow at the top, and that makes it really awkward to pour stuff into, and you're going to spit it on the ground, and you know, and it's going to waste material. So yeah, that's why I went for the Auto Glyn Polar Blaster, but I'm using the Auto Finesse products in it, and you can use any product in any you know, sprayer really. You just have to know what the ratio is. So I believe the Auto Glyn one's 1 to 5. I reckon I could probably use that at 1 to 5 as well. I'm gonna have to do some research and some experimenting, but we'll try it 1 to 5. So 1 to 5 basically means you put 100 millilitres of that in, and then you put 500 millilitres of water in it. Now the only problem with this, which is a problem with a lot of these here, is it doesn't have any lines on it, so you don't really know what you put in. You're just kind of eyeballing it. So I believe this is 600. So I believe you could, like, you know, put what you thought was a 1/6 of it in of the material, and then put the rest up with water. Or you could go and get a separate measuring jug and measure it out and be precise. Or what you could do is, I got this. Get this from your local car paint supplies, online or in store. I got this from a place in Boston, which I got all my paint supplies from. They're called VRS, or Vehicle Refinishing Solutions. Not sponsored by them either. Anyway, these here are paint mixing cups. So what you've got on the side of it is you've got marks in millilitres. So what you can do is you can put your 100 millilitres in there. This goes up to 550, however it's got room to put an extra 50 on there, which you can see the 50s. So you can put it up to that. So basically you can fill up to there with the product, 100. And then you can fill up to there with water, which will be 600 mark, and then tip it into that. So well, yeah, what you're also getting here is you get a spray nozzle thing, which screws on that. And you also get another spray nozzle which will spray on that. And what you don't get, what you should get, is another one what goes on that, but they forgot to put that in. But I did get that, an air freshener. So let's explain these products. So these ones here are all for exterior, that's interior. That one we've explained it, gets your little spray thing on it, you're spraying it on all the bits of interior that you want to clean and wipe them down with your microfiber cloth. This one here, Citrus Power, this is a citrus based, hence the citrus. This is why I like Auto Finesse, they kind of make it blooming obvious, like some other companies don't make it obvious and have like millions of products to do different things when you could just basically get away with a few. It's a Citrus Power, it's a bug and grime remover, citrus based. So basically what you do is you put your little spray doodah on the top of that, you go around and you spray all the really dirty bits on the car first, like your wheels and the front of the bumper where you've got all your bugs and whatever off the road, down the bottom of the car. You leave that to dwell a bit, and then what you do is you get your foam blaster with your snow foam. So you've got that in there ready mixed in there. You spray that over the entirety of the car, right over the top of that, and you let the whole lot dwell. But what you do before you do all the car though, is you do the wheels first. So basically you can spray some of this on the wheels, you can spray some of this on the wheels as well, let it dwell a bit, and then you can we can spray the whole car. And while the cold car's dwelling, you can go around and you can get your wheel brush, which is in there somewhere, and agitate the that on the wheels, clean the wheels, and then rinse off the wheels. And then when it's all dwelled, and you rinse off everything off the car then, and then you get your 2 buckets out, or your 3 buckets, because you've got your one for your wheels as well. So you've got your first bucket with your soapy solution, in which your soapy solution is your car shampoo and water. So obviously I believe it's probably like 1 or 2 cat fills and then the rest in water. Obviously I'll have to check what the recommendations is for that, and it'll be different for different products. So obviously that's in the first bucket, and then in the second bucket you've just got water for rinsing off. And then when you've basically gone over your car and you've done your contact wash with your shampoo using your 2 bucket method, then you rinse the car off with your power washer, and then you dry your car however you dry. You can get a car dry, which is basically, you know, like a leaf blower really, or you could go around with your microfiber towel, or you get a microfiber drying cloth, which you'll probably get. So you dry the car off, and then what you got there is this quick detailer. And what this quick detailer is it's basically it's a little bit like a wax, but it's not wax. And you can spray that on with that, and what it'll do is it'll get rid of any watermarks, and then it'll just make it nice, shiny and glossy, and that will probably last for, you know, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it's going to do. Can't guarantee it. So if you're doing a basic valet, you use that. If you're doing a more advanced valet, then you'd put on like a hand wax. So what we need now is training. Now what you can do is you can probably go on a training course and pay lots of money, or alternatively you could go on YouTube, watch the videos, and then you can train yourself, because you've got a car and a van yourself. So as you can see, I've already had a go on the bin. So the car K3 is loaded up with the snow foam lamps, and I've got the snow foam mixed 5:1. But before we do that, got the Citrus Power, Citrus grime bug remover, and I'm going to spray this on the wheels, although they're not that dirty, and around the front of the car as well, because that's got some bugs on it. They can get a fallout remover, which you can spray and it gets rid of like all the brake dust and stuff. I've not brought that yet, but we'll get that in the future. I'll just put a bit on here because it's a bit buggy. Yeah, that definitely smells citrusy. Well, that's the car all snowed out. I'd say we used pretty much most of that 600 ml of that. So going to let that dwell, By dwell, I just mean I'm going to leave it on there for 5-10 minutes, let it do its thing, soak in and get rid of all the nasty bits of grime and dirt, whatever. So in the meantime, we've got our lather, which is our shampoo, and we're going to go wash, rinse, wheels. So in the wash one, put a little bit of shampoo in there. By opening that up first, a couple of squirts in it, don't really know what you need in there. Gonna fill this up with water. We're going to fill up the rinse one first. So when people film these being filled up, they just wait to the end and film the last bit, because this is taking a little while. So yeah, that's filling up quite a lot quicker using the conventional old-fashioned way. So we're going to fill that up with the tap, and then we're going to take it over to the jet hose, and we're going to pretend that we filled it up with the jet hose because it'll look good on the video. So we just fill this up with the power wash. Look at that, look how quick that was. So we're going to take our wheel brush, which is in the wheel bucket, which we haven't filled up with any water because I could just jet hose this off anyway. So we're just going to agitate anything that might be, you know, around here with this. Just give this a bit of a rinse. So what I've done is I put a little bit of car shampoo in the wheel bucket. So yeah, you got wash, rinse, wheel, and I've got a separate microfiber cleaner doodah thing in here for the wheels. And we're gonna just give them a clean. And you can see that's not that dirty, so the pre-wash did quite a good job of that. I'm gonna rinse that out here. And again, I'm going to get a spray with this over here somewhere. Before I go back in the bucket for the back one. So yeah, that's cleaned. Get a rinse anyway. Back in here. Get the back one a clean. I'm going to rinse that off again with the power washer, and then we're going to rinse the wheels off with the power washer. So we're going to rinse the wheels off now. So you go in two directions, that direction and that direction. So you're going to ask why haven't I done inside the arches? Well, I've got no arch liners in here at the moment. And then we're going to get this wheel. So technically what you should do now is roll the car forward a little bit so that the wheels turn around so you can clean the rest of the wheels. I'm not going to do that. The front of the engine is missing at the moment because I'm doing the work of the car, so it doesn't drive. So now we've washed the wheels. We're going to rinse off the snow foam off the rest of the car. So that's the pre-wash done. Basically we snow foam the old car and we put some citrus on the dirtier bits. We've cleaned the wheels and we've rinsed the car off, and we're now ready for the contact wash, which is as it says on the tin. We're going to get not the green one because that's been used on the wheels. We're going to get the orange one, which is clean, brand new. We've got water and shampoo in here. We're going to do a little bit of the car, rinse it off in the rinse bucket, then go back in here, get some more and put some more on the car. So start at the top and gently and just one direction go over that panel and rinse that, and there, scrape it on the grit guard. There's any grit, then back in here and a bit more. So we go backwards and forwards, no circular motions. Yep, rinse that off over there and in there. Yes, you should put the wipers up. Oh, I forgot. And we'll just go around the mirror. This mirror, by the way, needs a repaint. I flat sanded it down because I had a run in it, and yeah, it's gone right through, so that's going to be repainted anyway. So notice we're just doing the top part of the doors and the side of the car. We will go round the bottom afterwards just to eliminate any risk of picking up any dirt that might still be on there. You can get wheels for them, but I've got gravel, so I've not got wheels just yet. Might be worth noting which bits you've done, but it doesn't matter if you do them again. Be extra clean, won't they? Yeah, we'll save that bit for later. So I've gone round all the top bits this side and the top bits that side, and I've done the front bumper as well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around and do all the lower, basically the side skirts and the rear bumper. So rinse that off. Worth noting there are some scratches here anyway. So now we've basically contact washed the car, we're going to rinse it off with the power washer. So now to dry your car, you don't put your GoPro on somebody else's car, but this is my car. You take a microfiber and you just gently get rid of the excess water. you can get a drying towel, which is basically the same thing, just bigger. And you do that for all the car, which I'm not going to show you because it'll take ages. So for inside the door jambs, ignore this, we're not going to bother with this bit because there's loads of overspray on there, because I painted the back of the door, flipped it over and they got primer overspray on it. Yeah, different story. But anyway, so we get the citrus pre-wash and we spray it in here, along here, and this trim bit, and just up here. And we leave that to dwell for a few minutes. So that's dwelled a couple of minutes or so. You can agitate it with some detailing brushes if it's a bit mucky, if you really want to. I'm not going to worry about in there too much because that's really grubby, because I've got no arch liners in the arch, so it kind of comes through. So I'll sort that problem out before I sort that problem out. But what you can do is you get your pressure washer. Yes, I've got a pressure washer the jambs with the doors open. However, I've turned the power off on the pressure washer, so what I'm going to get is just a trickle of water. So what you can do is you can just hose it down, like so. And that, combined with the citrus pre-wash, just got rid of most of the dirt. Well, I'll say all the dirt. Then what you get is your microfiber, and you just give it a little bit of a dry, like so. Systematically, starting in the higher points first, working your way down. Yeah, we do need that. I'll put that back in a minute. Now that there is because the door catches the side skirt, because this car was never designed to have a side skirt. So this is why we didn't dry the bottom bit, because we're going to get it wet again. You can obviously do the jambs first, and then we got a little bit just over here, so we're just going to dry that up nice and clean. So for the final stage of the exterior part, we're going to use vinyl. So basically it's grit detailer, it's got some kind of waxish properties in it, I guess. Give a couple of weeks sort of waxy protection, water drippy off type stuff, and it'll make it nice and shiny. So what you do is you take your vinyl or whatever quick detail you got, go and find a little area on the car and you spray it on sparingly, apparently. Don't know what sparingly is, but I'm going to call that sparingly. Then you take one side of a microfiber and you just spread it all over, like so, over the area that you're doing. I'm going to do the headlight as well. So we're going to do half the bonnet and we're going to do the headlight for now. And then what you do is you turn your cloth over and you buff it off. So what this does is it takes out the watermarks and it makes your car nice and shiny. So I went ahead, did the rest of the car. Things to note, the paint on this car is not brilliant anyway. There's a few dings, dents and what have you. but it's come up nice and clean and shiny. Especially when the sun shines on it. Yeah, look how shiny that is now, look. So before we do the interior, we've got to deal with that lot. So firstly, you're not supposed to wash these in the washing machine apparently. You're supposed to just rinse them out. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the power back on and we're going to rinse it out away from the car, away from the jet wash. We're going to rinse that. And put it somewhere safe. So yeah, we rinsed off all our sponges, our brush, the buckets out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to clean off our grit cart. Well, we're going to clean off the bucket first. So we've got some more product. We're going to call that clean. Clean off the grit guard. And put them in the clean bucket, ready for next time. So I'll go ahead and do the rest of them. So snow foam lance, there's about 10mm left in the bottom of that. That's use to nobody unless you're doing about a quarter of another vehicle or something. So that's, unfortunately, we're going to have to call that wastage. So we're going to undo that. Wash the ground with that. But this could go horribly wrong. Yeah, we'll clean that out. So finally, before we put our pressure washer away, we want to make sure there's no water in it. So we've turned the tap off at the wall and we're just going to clean the trees until we run out of water. Obviously, if Greta Thunberg is watching this, I am sorry. So there you have it. We're out of water. So next up, we got the interior to do. The seats are 30 years old. They look 30 years old. So we're going to vacuum in there and we're going to basically go over it with the Verso all-purpose cleaner and give everything a good wipe down and clean. I'm not going to try and rejuvenate the leather because it's past its sell-by date. Normally you'd start with the boot and then when you've cleaned the boot, put everything in the boot. However, I'm not doing the boot on my car because half of what should be in the bonnet is in the back of the car at the moment because we're fixing stuff. Then if we move around here to the passenger side, you'll find that some more of what should be in the bonnet is in the car, but we're going to put that in the boot and then we're going to clean the car out.